Well, I'm Russell Boyd. I'm 61 years old, and I'm from the great state of Kentucky. Go Wildcats!
He's a Wildcats fan, not Louisville, huh?
Kentucky Wildcats. Yeah,
And you were telling me you served military.
I was in the military. I was in the United States Army. I was not in as long as I'd like to have been, but I was in long enough to know that it's very structured. It's what I wanted to be in, and I just didn't know how to stay in. But I was in there, loved it. It was it was an experience. Um, Not long after I went in, though, I started having problems with just I needed excitement, and I would do things just to get the adrenaline running, and needed that rush.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing crazy things, and it resulted in eventually my serving 43 and a half years in prison. And I just was released, matter of fact, 3 weeks ago yesterday. I served 24 years up at Michigan City at the state prison, 10 years of which I was on death row. Well, my appeal was successful. I got my death sentence overturned and received an 80-year sentence. Basically focused at that point on trying to be a better me, a better person. When I got, before I got out, I had found out about a place they call Isaiah House.
Mm-hmm.
That was run by a guy, Charles Neal,
Mm-hmm.
and he's ex-offender, and the man is amazing. He, anytime you could take take yourself, remove yourself from a corrections placement into a position of trust like he has, to have people that once, was over you,
Mm-hmm.
trust you, it's pretty impressive.
He sets an example.
He does, and
Yeah.
he is a perfect example of what to do, when you get out.
Mm-hmm.
But I had found out about Isaiah House and that he was in charge of it. A guy by the name of Mike Martin started coming and seeing me about every other month, and he was telling me about this wonderful community that existed at the Brookside Community Church, and I wanted to be a part of it. And it was through that and the encouragement of another offender, or used to be an offender. He is a chaplain for within the Department of Correction now, Keith Blackburn.
Okay.
So it was through his encouragement and that I put in an application for Isaiah House, and that's where I live now.
I understand you recently received your first paycheck.
I did.
Yeah, in some time.
It's over 43 years since I received a real paycheck. One of the guys that the supervisor here was talking one day about the wages are not very, not as good as, as they are in other places, but they're above minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mhm.
told him, I said, I was making 60 cents an hour doing 4 times the work.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I feel like a millionaire now. But,
But besides, so a paycheck's cash. It's money in
Yes.
money in the bank. It pays bills and whatnot. But what else does it mean to you?
well, it's something I earned. Something that I spent time working, and it's honest money. it's something that I'm proud of, because it gives me the feeling that I've succeeded in getting where I needed to be, and it's helping me to move forward. And it's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling.
It
Yeah.
is.